and start all over again.
So I think the X factor here, the wild card, and this really ultimately pertains to the Haslems and what they're doing, what they represent as the owners of this franchise for the next couple of decades, right? For a long time going forward, what the prospects are for the Browns organization. Paul DePodesta. I think the fact that you've got that guy there, he's not on site.
Nope.
I mean, if you don't know anything about Paul DePodesta, I only know him as the Dodgers general manager, right?
Right.
Baseball,
Sure.
right? It's bizarre.
It's Moneyball.
Are,
I mean, it's
a Moneyball guy, right? Exactly. So, but here's the thing. And now we're going to hire the coach before the general manager, right? To me, this all is reflective of the Haslems trying to maintain total control, but using a guy like DePodesta as cover, right? In this situation. It's absurd. So, I mean, what's your read on the Haslems? And do the Haslems, is it possible that they could rise to the level of meddling or at least having an adverse effect on the Browns in the way Jerry Jones has on the Cowboys? Or is that too much to suggest?
I think they make Jerry Jones look like he's going in the right direction.
Really?
Well, Brooks, the slap on.
Well, you're. I guess you're right. Yeah.
Well, the slap on the Cowboys is they've been mired in mediocrity, right? I mean, 8-8 isn't going to get it done. Well, we do backflips for 8-8. Remember, here's what we've had to work with: 2-14, 0-16, 1-15, 7-8-1, 6-10. You know, look, I don't think anybody wants to be the 8-8 and the last team to miss the playoffs, but for the Cleveland Browns, that would be a step in the right direction. Jerry has a body of work, at least, where he can say whether it was Jerry pulling the strings or whether it was Jimmy Johnson and other people that obviously knew what they were doing. He has a collection of rings.
And they've got a good team. I mean, they got talent.
And they do. Now, they're underachievers. I think Jerry's mistake is the opposite of the Haslems. He stuck with Jason Garrett way too long. And I finally decided that this guy wasn't going to be the one to get him to where they wanted to go. So we made a change. So his mistake is opposite of the Haslems. The Haslems' mistake is twofold. One, they can't hire the right guy. And that leads to their second problem is they can't let anything stick for more than 2 seasons. And my thing is when you know it's the wrong hire, move on. It's not going to suddenly become the right hire. Particularly when the lack of leadership was as apparent as it was in the Kitchens regime, and the play calling was. Remember, this is a team that, with all this talent, had 9 tries on 1st and goal, which started at the 1 and couldn't score a touchdown. It was ineptitude like I've never seen.
Right. And a guy that couldn't run a meeting
because there was no talent on that team.
Unbelievable.
So Haslam, I think if you asked most of the fans in Cleveland if they would do a swap, Haslam straight up for